So dear friends, this is a tool called Mentimeter. I've just gone to mentimeter.com. I've logged in using my Google account, my Gmail account, and then created a quiz. First, let us play. Then if you're interested, we will share a handout of how does Mentimeter work or how to work with Mentimeter. Thank you so much. So we'll proceed. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, yes. So my dear participants, you are finding, is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So my dear participants, please take your mobile or open another browser window and type in menti.com. Start playing the quiz along with me. Please just type in menti.com. MENTI.com. You're finding it on the screen. MENTI.com. Menti.com. Please type in menti.com. Please type in menti.com and use the code 566234. I'm waiting for at least 50 to 100 participants to join me before I start playing the game with you. So my dear participants, take this opportunity to explore the tool with me. Go to menti.com, click in the code 566234 and keep waiting. We'll just launch it. So well, friends, I could see a large number of people joining me. So I'm just starting the game because the speaker is ready. He's waiting for us. So we'll just quickly play the game and get back to listening to Prashant sir. So thank you so much. I'm just starting the quiz. What you got to do is, so this will be what your students doing. They'll go to menti.com, click in the code 566234 and you got to start the quiz. I'm starting the quiz. So answer fast. What is the capital of Arunachal Pradesh? You will find the question and the answer on your screen. Quickly type. It is a time-bounded quiz. The faster you answer, the more marks you get. What is the capital of Arunachal Pradesh? You have answers here. You got to click in something. 96 people have voted, have given their answers. 99 participants have given their answers. What is the capital of Arunachal Pradesh? So, yes, time's up. Okay, someone said Amaravati, a few said Assam. Yes, it is Itanagar. Thank you so much. Let's move to the next question. Let's move to the next question. Okay. This is how it is seen. It is leaderboard. The one who answers fast will get more marks. It all depends upon, though you answer correct, who answers the quickest. The quickest gets more marks. So it is Parchana the quickest. Let's move to the next question. Answer fast. What is Google Chrome? The question is, what is Google Chrome? What is Google Chrome? Is it a website? Is it a web browser? Or is it a search engine? What is Google Chrome? Okay, let's move. Time is up. Oh, yes, exactly. Google Chrome is a web browser just like Mozilla Firefox and Internet Explorer. Okay, thank you. These are all general questions. Okay, let's move to the next one, the leaderboard. Okay, this is how it is now. Let's move to the next question. Here goes the next question. In India, Teachers' Day is celebrated on. You probably need to pick up a date. Choose the right date. Is it 5th September? Is it 8th June? Is it 2nd October? Or is it 25th December? 125 participants have already answered. Last 10 seconds. Okay. Obviously, the answer is 5th of September. Oh, superb. It's 5th of September. Thank you so much. Let's move to the next one. Okay. This is how people move up places when they answer the questions fast. So the last question for the day. Whoever answers gets more points and will be the leader for today. Who is the President of India? Narendra Modi, Ramnath Kovind, and Venkaiah Naidu. Who is the President of India? Who is the President of India? Okay, here we go. Time's up. Obviously, the answer is Sri Ramnath Kovind, the first person, the President of India. Yeah, this is how it looks. You can play this with your students with 5 questions to just engage them. It looks like a gamification technique in classroom to catch your students' attention. 5 questions at the end of the day, probably 10 minutes of time. I guess this is a beautiful, useful tool for all of us. For free, we can do it for 5 questions in Mentimeter. So that's it from my side. I end it here. Thank you so much. Hope you have liked our intention to just show you through a tool. Thank you so much, all the participants. We are joined by the speaker. So we'll start the session in a minute. Thank you. Okay. Prashant sir, let me ask my friends to introduce you. Then you can start your session.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Is it okay, sir? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir. You are also audible. We can start in a minute. Let me
Okay,
hand
ma'am.
over the session to my friends.
Okay.
Thank you, Prashant sir. So, good morning, participants. I now hand over the session to Ms. Sunita.
Good morning, friends. I now introduce our friends D. Sugunakumari and A. Soumya to take over the session. Over to you, A. Soumya, ma'am.
Thank you, Sunita ma'am. Good morning, one and all. I would like to take the privilege of introducing today's speaker, Dr. Prashant D. Argade, Senior Lecturer in Government Polytechnic College, Jalgaon. Dr. Prashant D. Argade completed his B.Pharm in 2005 from Pune University, M.Pharm in 2008 from Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, and PhD in 2013 from Tamil Nadu, Dr. MGR Medical University, Chennai. He has qualified in GATE with 91.4% in 2005. He is having total 13 years of teaching experience. He has presented 3 national papers and secured second prize at AICTE sponsored two-day national seminar organized by College of Pharmacy during 26-27 December 2013. He has attended 4 national seminars and 6 state level seminars. He has published 23 research journal papers, both at national and international level. He has been invited as research person in FDP, also invited for 20 conferences and given 30 guest lectures. We welcome you, sir. Over to Dr. Prashant, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. Let me
Thank
share
you,
the
sir.
screen first. So, very good morning to all dear participants. I'm very much thankful to GRIT Hyderabad for inviting me for this session. We are at third day of this online FDP on perspective of online teaching and learning. First of all,
Excuse me, Prashant sir. Sorry.
yes, madam.
Have you started sharing anything? Because we're not able to see anything on the screen.
I have shared already, madam. Your screen is sharing is paused. Okay, who is new share?
You just Prashant sir, kindly stop sharing once again. Stop sharing and share once again.
Okay. So dear participants, sorry for your convenience because I have took half an hour of your important time. So let me congratulate the team of GRIT for taking an initiative for transforming the teaching learning process from offline to online, because due to this COVID pandemic situation, it is the need of hour. So I welcome all the dear participants, all my dear colleagues, for the presentation entitled Effective E-Learning Resource Creations. So we have come up with some learning outcomes. So I will assure that At the end of this session, you will be able to explain the need of creation of e-content. You will be able to make an effective visual presentation, and you will be able to create own educational video resources. So dear colleague, in next 1 hour and 1.5 hours, we are going to discuss about the three concepts. First part of our session is why there is need of e-content. How to make an e-content. It divided into the two parts. That is, first part is you have to able to make an effective visual presentations, and then you will be able to create that visual presentations into an educational video resource. So before starting, I would like to give acknowledgement to the IIT Bombay. Through various FDP programs conducted by IIT Bombay, I came up with these ICT tools. So this is the present situations in India, not only in India, whole world is facing this problem. That is coronavirus situations. So due to these pandemic situations, all the students are not available for the physical class. So there is need to transform the offline teaching to online teaching. So during these situations, I have taken the two examples, teacher A and teacher B. So what teacher A did, teacher A chosen the options as an online teaching. That is, he is taken an online session that is just like a live lecture on a particular topic. And after completion of this lecture, he will assign some work to the students. That is, it is regarded as out of class activity. So out of class activity includes the problem solving exercise, some quizzes, some assignments. So either you can use Zoom or Google Meet or any other meeting apps for this online session. But question is that, is it a really effective one to deliver the contents through Zoom or Google Meet or any other platform? So there are challenges in front of teacher as well as in front of students. The first important challenge is the poor internet connection and disconnections. Because of all the students are not having the good internet connections. So because of that problem, that students may leads to leave behinds, and it will appears the breaks during the session. And that breaks due to poor connections or disconnections, there is distraction take place. And that time, that particular students are not able to follow your online session. And last but not the least, it is a very important challenge in front of all the teachers. That is, are your students really listening? Just like this. Most of the times, if they are not feeling good, they are not attentive, they are not able to retain their attentions on the online sessions, that time they have just on the meeting and leave the cell phones or laptops aside and just enjoying like this. So this is the big problem, because we have taken the sessions 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and so that. So most of the times the students may behave like this. So teacher B thought to implement this strategy, that is recorded video. So this teacher has created the educational video and distributed towards the students. So it is act as out of class activity. That is, students watch a video lecture at home before attending the online session. And after 2 or 3 days, then teacher taught an online session. So he will take an online meeting, and in that meeting, he is going to discuss the problem solving activities. So it leads to the discussion. So recorded video, if provided to the students, it will be possible to view by the students without any interruptions. So it maintains the quality. It is more flexible as students can able to download the entire video and able to listen, able to watch as many as time he can. If the recorded video is ready with the teachers, teacher can reuse videos later also. So student can view, listen this video as many times by taking pause, by rewind it, think it, and then he will able to proceed. But this cannot be happen during the online sessions because there is no options available to pause your lecture, to rewind your lecture. So this techniques is very effective. And then you have to give some interactive quizzes so that students must watch this recorded video. So teachers get immediate feedback. So we have seen the two teachers, that is teacher A and teacher B. Teacher A has taken online session as a in-class activity with fixed timing and place. But question is that whether it is really student focused one. Students can able to watch it only one time. It is at instructor pace, means teachers has decided the time, teachers had decided the content, and teacher has decided the pace of that particular session. And due to limitations of time, due to limitations of internet, only few questions are taken by the teachers during the online session. It will lead to target only the few students. But it has one advantage that teacher can give the immediate feedback to the students during this online session. What teacher B? Teacher B has provided the recorded video, so it gives the flexibility in timing as well as place. Now question is the same. Really it is a student centric? Yes, it is a student centric one. It is focused towards the students. As students can able to watch this video as many times at their own pace. They has many questions during the watching of that video. They will ask in a discussion forum. You can use a WhatsApp group for discussion forum. You can use any suitable LMS, that is learning management system, for a discussion forum. Students can able to ask the questions to the teacher personally also through any means of communications. So it will lead to target all the students. Only thing is, teacher cannot able to give the immediate feedback, but definitely he will give a feedback through the discussion forum or one-to-one interaction. So we have seen the two scenario, two teachers, that is teacher A and teacher B. So question is, which teacher strategy is effective one for this online teaching learning process? Yes, correct. The teacher B strategy is effective. That is, teacher has divided into the two parts, out of class activity and online session. In out of class activity, teacher has provided the recorded video to the students, and students can watch a video lecture at home before attending the online sessions. And in online sessions, teacher will take a problem solving activity. So this strategy is called as a flipped classroom strategy. The flipped classroom means it will inverse the traditional teaching methods, delivering instruction online outside of class, and moving problem solving activities, interaction, discussion into the live sessions. What we have did in the traditional class, in traditional classroom settings, we are delivering the lecture inside the class and give the homework assignments to the students to do certain works at their home. But in flipped classroom technology, we are flip the things. That is, we have provided the lecture, we are provided the recorded video to the students as out of class activity, and during online sessions, students will participate to apply the concepts with the feedback, that is problem solving activity. And again, there is out of class activity, that is after completion of online sessions, teachers can give some assignments, some quizzes to the students. So in traditional classroom settings, teachers are delivering the lectures and homework is given to the students. But in flipped classroom techniques, the role of teacher gets changed. Now, here, teacher is not going to teach. Teacher is going to facilitate. Teacher is going to give the solutions to guide the students in flipped classroom technology. So this is the flipped classroom model. At the left hand side, you will find out traditional classroom model, and right hand side, it is flipped classroom model. And this is the Bloom's level, revised Bloom's taxonomy. And in traditional classroom setup, we have taken the online sessions. So that time, teachers introduce the new material, new topic, new concepts to the students, and students will try to follow the teacher's instructional delivery. So it will apply only the 3 levels, that is remembering, understanding, and applying. That is low order thinking is possible during online sessions. And then teacher will give a homework to the students as an out of class activity. So students are only responsible for homework on these levels of understanding. So that time teacher is not available with the students for getting the concepts at HOTS, that is high order thinking, that is analyzing, evaluating, and creating. But if you are using the flipped classroom techniques, what happens? We have first give the recorded video, that is new material, as an out of class activity. Students will watch that video, respond to the questions, and proceed further. So during that time, the learning is happen at lots, that is low order thinking, that is at remembering, understanding, and applying level. And later, teacher will take online sessions, and that time students and the teachers are work together for solving the problem, for applying the knowledge, for analyzing the things, for evaluating the things, for creating the new things. So that times during the homework, during the online sessions, the students will get at HOTS, that is high order thinking. So by using this flipped classroom technology, we are able to cover all the Bloom's taxonomy levels so that the maximum learning with effective and efficient way take place. So this is a very good technique to adapt in this online teaching learning process. So we have to divide the online teaching learning process by 2 sections. First section is the out of class activity, that is we have to provide the recorded video and then take online sessions with the students so that they can able to get that concepts very particularly. So how to implement this flipped classroom technology? So first part is out of class activity. So you have to provide a recorded video to the students. That video should be very interactive. In able to retain the student focus, you have to keep the videos short and sweet. That is 10 to 15 minutes. Dear learners, dear participants, it is suggested that you have to make an educational video up to 15 minutes only, as the students are not able to retain their attentions towards your video if it is lengthy one. Just take the example of ourselves. If you are learning something from YouTube video, we are learning something from recorded video, we are the teachers, and even though we cannot able to retain our attentions towards that particular video. So if we are failing that concepts, we are failing to retain our focus on that particular video, how the student should be able to do that. So in order to make them attentive, in order to students will get a maximum knowledge from your video, so that you have to choose such a concepts which will be covered within 10 to 15 minutes and make that particular video. So students can able to pause, think, understand, and then he will able to give the answers. You have to design questions in such a way that student must watch whole video. So your video should be followed by the quizzes. So for that purpose, you can use a LMS, that is Learning Management System, either Moodle, or you can use a Google Classroom. So on Google Classroom or Moodle, you have to provide the recorded video and it will be followed by the quizzes or questions. But take care should be taken while providing the questions. You have to design questions in such a way that student must watch a whole video, so that students will, while attempting the questions, students again go back to the video, try to find out the answers of questions in video, and then go back to the questions, and then he will attempt the questions. And then you have to provide a complete learning materials, either in forms of videos, slides, presentation, some reference material in a one convenient place, that is Learning Management System. And after sharing of recorded video, that is out of class activity, now think for in class activity. So during in-class activity, that is online sessions, you will be able to have interactions with the students in small groups. I request to the participants, please don't make annotations. We are the teachers and okay. So during online sessions, it is possible to interact with the students in small groups. Now we are in a lockdown situations, students are not available with us, and in one meeting, suppose you are taking whole class during online meeting, so it is impossible to give the one-to-one interactions. It is impossible to target all the students. So divide them in a small groups and take a different 2 or 3 meetings with the students. Because of that, it will helpful for the one-to-one interactions with the teachers. So every students are participated in the discussion, as group discussions or discussions gives a maximum learning. So that time peer learning is also possible, because group size is small. So every students are able to one-to-one interact with teachers as well as with their friends. So peer learning can happen. So before starting to the discussions, during the online session, first few minutes are reserved for the recap of out of class material. That is, whatever you are provided in a recorded video, you have to just take a recap of that. It will helpful to reinforcement of learned concepts. And then it will followed by the discussion and question and answers. So dear participants, so far we are discussed the out of class activity, that is recorded video, and inside class activity, that is the online sessions. If suppose this lockdown is get over and our colleges, our institutes are reopened, that time also we have to follow the social distancing. It means we are not able to take the class of 60 students at a time. So interaction with students in small groups, this strategy will helpful. Just provide them a recorded video at their home and make a batch wise or small groups, take in a library, take them in a small laboratory or in classroom or small groups, and then start the discussions. So instead of online sessions, To maintain the social distancing inside the class, the small group techniques also useful, so that we are able to following the rules given by the government of India, that is to maintain the social distancing to prevent this COVID-19 pandemic. So this technique is also useful for online teaching as well as teaching during this COVID-19 pandemic situations. So what is the advantage of this flipped classroom techniques? If you are using this flipped classroom technique, there is less load on teacher, as teacher can use video, reuse that particular video again and again. You can also take a video that is open educational resources from any other sources and share with the students. Just take care that whether they are copyright or not. So it will save instruction time during each year and semesters, because already you have provided the lectures in the form of recorded video, and students will take that recorded video and try to learn the concepts. Some participants are making some annotations.
Prashant sir,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Sorry to disturb you. Can you please disable participants annotation? Requesting participants to kindly not annotate. Prashant sir,
Yes,
screen
yes.
share options.
I have done that settings. No
Thank you so
problem.
much, sir. Sorry to interrupt you.
Okay. So dear participants, try to focus on the advantages of flipped classroom. No doubt, the recording video, creation of video take times, but once it is ready, that video can be reused again and again. So if you are able to create an interesting and interactive video, it will really give an effective teaching learning process. So by using this flipped classroom technology, the whole class participation take place. So one-to-one interaction take place. So it will less boring for the students. And students can rewatch this video during examinations also. So this rewatching or pausing techniques is not available during our classroom teaching. So this is the advantages of flipped classroom techniques. So we have completed first part, that is why there is need of e-content for this online teaching learning process or teaching learning process in post-COVID-19 situations. So now we are going to discuss about how to create a e-content. So creation of e-contents are divided into the two parts. First part is the creation of effective visual presentations. While creating the visual presentations, you have to use graphics along with text rather than just text alone. If only the text is there on your presentations, it will not give a proper message to the students. In order to maximum understanding, effective learning, you have to use some graphics along with text. So you have to place the words along with graphics together. But you have to be careful while using the graphics. Look out for the copyright issue about the use of graphics. Never use a copyright material. It will create troubles for you, because once you have created the contents, you are going to distribute to the students through internet. So sometimes it may violate the rules of copyright and it may cause a trouble to you. So how to do that? I will try to explain. Just try to search on Google copyright free images sites. There are so many sites are available which will give you the copyright free materials, that is graphics. There are so many sites are available. See here: Pixels, Unflash, Reshot, Pixabay, and so on. If you scroll down, you will be able to find out unsplash.com, pixabay.com, and Pixels. If you click on the Pixabay, then it will open. It is having so many images which are copyright free, royalty free. I will search for e-learning and enter. So it will give around 197 free images of e-learning. And then try to find out a suitable image which required by you, and then click on that particular image. Scroll down. Just I want to have a number of students. Yes, here. Just click on that students. So here free download option is available, and it will show free for commercial use, no attribution is required. So just click on download. It will get downloaded. So there is no attribution is required. So by this, using techniques, you can have a good quality of graphics without copyright issue. Okay, second website is Wikimedia Commons. If you search for it in Google, so Wikimedia Commons is an online repository of free use of images. Just open the Wikimedia Commons and try to search out the images in search in Wikimedia Commons. It is having lots of images. Suppose I want to search for logo of Screencast-O-Matic. So I will just type the Screencast-O-Matic. Sorry, spelling is incorrect. Okay, just press the enter. It will give the results about different images of Screencast-O-Matic. So just I will click on logo of Screencast-O-Matic. So here is logo, which is, so this work is free and may be used by anyone for any purpose. If you wish to use this content, you can use. So by this way, we can able to get copyright free images by using different websites. Once you are taking the images, you have to take care that you have to remove the background of image for the effective visual presentations. For that purpose, there are so many websites available. For example, onlineimageeditor.com and remove.pg. So dear participants, note down these websites so you can able to remove the background of images. It will give a good quality of image, and it will, if you remove the backgrounds, it will show a very good effect on your presentation. Let me demonstrate. See here, this logo removed with backgrounds and another design with background. So it doesn't look good. So in order to show effective one, just go to the Google Chrome and try to find out the remove background. So it will give a list of websites. So just click on first website, that is remove.bg. It will get open. It will, you can either upload the photo by click here or drop a file here also. Just drag and drop. I will do the drag and drop. I will take the logo and drop here. It will get uploaded. Sorry. So uploading is there. Now removed background is going, and here the logo with removed background. So just click on download, save it on your desired place and just minimize it. Now copy this image and paste it in your presentations. If you paste the removed background image at desired place, so it will look good, isn't it? So remove background while using the graphics or images. It will give a good clarity to the students. After that, the slide size. For making an effective visual presentation, your slide size should be a proper one. If you want to give a presentation in classroom, your aspect ratio should be a 4:3. That is, slide size is 10:7.5 inch. If you want to do a educational video by using presentation, that time the aspect ratio of your slide size should be 16:9, depending upon the screen size of your laptop or desktop. But most of the laptops and the desktops are coming with the aspect ratio of 16:9. That is, screen size is 10:5.63. Why? If you are using the screen size 4:3 for the recording of video, that time you are able to see this left side and right side black spots. So it will not cover the whole screen. So this video will not be effective, will not give a proper message, because two black lines from both sides are there. And if you are using the 16:9 aspect ratio, see, whole screen get covered. There is no any backlinings from the both sides, so it will give a maximum use of screen. You can give a maximum content. You can use a maximum content on that slides. So while choosing the screen size, choose such a screen slide size such that it will cover whole screen. So suggestion is, you can use a size of slide while preparing the presentations as 16:9. That is, size of slide is 10:5.63 inch. How can do that? For the purpose of setting, you can just click on design and go to the page setup. So here, slide size on screen shows 16:9 and on screen shows 16:10. So you have to do these settings before starting the addition of content into presentations. If you are added the content and then do the page setups, it will resize all the contents and it will create a chaos. That is, all the contents are get mismatched. Okay. So this is one suggestion. Then how to use color for making the visual presentations effective. If you take a more contrast, it will give a more readability. If you are going to deliver a lecture in a bright classroom, that time you have to use a white backgrounds along with a dark text. And if you are going to take lectures or presentations in a dim light or a dark room, you have to use a black background or a dark background with white text. If you are using a pale colors or vivid colors, it will give a poor readability. Choose a color scheme which suits the content. Yesterday we have seen during the animations in effective presentations, that is Adobe.color, it will give the color scheme. So choose that color scheme which will suit your content. Now if you see my presentations, I have used some blue themes, isn't it? The lining is also blue, the content is in blue color, some graphics is in blue color. So I have used this theme, and throughout my presentation the theme is uniform. So here is one question to you, that is, list the various methods in which you can highlight or emphasize an important word on your slide by using font options. Just think on how you are going to give highlights, how you are going to emphasize a particular important word on your particular slide by using a font options. Correct? Just see this slide. I have made an emphasis on reflection spot word itself by using color change. So there are different options. I have taken the word as a presentations. Either you can keep it as normal or make it as bold or make it as italic or just do a underline or change in a color. But most of the times, most of you or most of us, we did these mistakes. That is, to emphasize, to highlight this particular word by using bold, underline, italic and change in color. All are together. So suggestion is big no. never use all options together. It is recommended that you can use only one type of font options, or maximum two options can be clubbed together. That is either bold and underline, bold and italic, bold and color change. You can use it, but use it very sparingly. So while preparing the presentations, you should use only two minimum fonts. One font for the title and second font type for the your content. So always use one font options to emphasize the important thing, but two can be used very rarely. Most of the times, your alignment of text should be a left, that is the preferred one, but depends upon your template, which templates you are going to use. You have to make that particular alignments. So here I will give you some general guidelines to make an effective visual presentations. Always use 6x6 rules while preparing the presentation. That is not more than 6 points on a slide, and each point should not contain more than 6 words. So 6 points and each point contains only 6 words, up to 6 words. So it will appeal your contents to the students. Choose a template or design your own template which promotes the readability. Yesterday we have seen how to design your own template. So you can design your own template and use it. You can use ready-made templates available in various softwares. While preparing the visual presentations, you can avoid the use of full sentences. Rather, you can use the phrases or abbreviated sentence while preparing the visual presentations. The most important guideline is select a suitable font type which will give a maximum readability and use them at 24 point or larger. While preparing the presentations, sometimes we made a mistakes that we are using the 18 or 16 point font. That time it is not suitable to give the readability to the students. If you are using the 24 point or more big size font, so that time the content, it looks good to the students also and to you also. So suggestion is use font type and add the 24 point. While preparing the presentations, you have to always incorporate the high quality graphics. It will help to reinforce your message. Highlight the most important information by using the emphasize options. Use animations, slide transitions, audio and video very sparingly. Most of the times, while preparing the presentations, we are using a number of animations or different types of slide transitions. It doesn't look good as we are the professional ones. So you can use animation wherever required. You can use slide transitions wherever required, but don't try to mix up all the things. And last but not the least, the important guideline is always give the reference at the end of slide for graphics, visuals or text which you have taken from any other place. Just like these slides, I have already mentioned the reference from where I have taken this content. So far we have discussed about how to create the visual presentation. Now we are going to discuss how to create an educational video from using this visual presentation. So this educational video is also called as a learning dialogue, that is LED, because we are going to have a dialogue with the students in the form of recorded video, and that video will give to responsible for the learning. That's why it is called as a learning dialogue. It is suitable for self-learning for the students. It will promote a content acquisition through learner interactions. There are three components of LED, that is educational video: content, followed by reflection spot, followed by again content. So if you follow these dynamics while creating your learning dialogue, it will give a maximum retention power. It will give a maximum learning to the students. So you have to create a video which contain some concepts, that is content. So learner will access that content, and then learner will respond the reflection spot, followed by again content. So how to do that? You have to plan for a educational video in such a way that you have to divide the content in two parts. First part is the first concepts, and second part is another concepts. So while transforming from one concept to another concepts, you have to incorporate one small activity to the students. Ask them to pause the video, respond this activity, then restart the video. Suppose you have completed one concept in 4 minutes, ask the students to stop the video and ask one small activity. That is, either you can ask a MCQ or short answer type of questions, and ask them to record their answers in their notebook. So if suppose students are not able to give the answer, he will rewind your video, rewatch the video, and then try to find out the answer of that questions. And then he will again restart your video. So your reflection spot is followed by the proper explanation of that particular questions, and then the next concept will start. If you follow these techniques, that is content followed by reflection spot quiz, followed by explanation of reflection spot quiz, followed by the contents. So within 12 to 13 minutes, you can able to create a good quality of video with the good content. So addition of reflection spots will be helpful to retain the student attentions in your video, and it will also helpful for the maximum learning. So dear participants, I will suggest you, while creating the 12 minutes or 15 minutes video, try to incorporate the reflection spot activity in your video. So there are different steps to follow to create the LED, that is learning dialogue. First, prepare the visual presentation which will focuses on only single concepts, because we are going to create an educational video only for 10 to 15 minutes. So create visual presentations which will focus on single concepts. Then it is most important thing is create a script for content to be recorded. It is highly recommended that you have to first create the script and then start the recording, because we want to record our content only for the 15 minutes, up to 15 minutes. If you are not written the scripts and if you are start the recording, as we are the teachers, and once we are started the delivering the concepts, we are never constant ourselves for the timing. So to complete that particular concepts within up to 15 minutes, you have to first write down the scripts slide wise, then do the practice, and then create an activity for reflection spot, put it in that particular place, and then refine the video scripts with the slides. Do the practice. Slide number 1 script is like that. Slide number 2 script is like this. Try to do a practice. Try to find out how much time is required to complete the scripts along with the slides. Do the practice and then only start the recording of video by using suitable platform. So these are common steps to create the educational video, that is effective educational video. First, create the visual presentations which will cover a single concepts. Then write down the scripts slide wise so that you can able to finish off your recording within time frame. Ensure that whether you have created the reflection spot or not, whether it is placed at appropriate place, means while transforming from one concept to another concepts, you have to incorporate the reflection spot activity, that is either in form of the MCQ or in the form of some short answer questions. Then rehearse it and then go for the recording. There are so many video creation tools are available. Yesterday, Dr. Bansod has suggested that you can use a PowerPoint presentations software for recording the video. So I am not going to take same thing, but there are some other softwares are available which can able to record the screen. As in PowerPoint, we cannot able to record the desktop or laptop screen. There are some free softwares are available, some paid softwares are available, and all softwares are having their own functions. We are find that the Screencast-O-Matics are very suitable for the newcomers, for the new learners, for the new teachers, as they want to start the recording of their sessions, or they want to start their recording of PPTs or some other content from the websites. No doubt this Zoom app, Zoom meeting app, is also one of the tools to record the video. For that purpose, you have to just start the meeting, and only one participant for that meeting, that is yourself, and in meeting settings, start the recording. Finish the meeting, your recording will be saved in your mobile or in your laptop. That recording you can have edit in OpenShot software or any other freely available video editor, so your video will get created. So Zoom is one of the applications which will be useful for creation of video. So let's discuss how to create a video by using Screencast-O-Matics software. It is a free screencasting software. It will be able to record your desktop screen or laptop screen. Only thing is that if you are using the free version of Screencast-O-Matics, it will allows you to record the video of 15 minutes maximum. To record the video by using Screencast-O-Matics, you have to just open the screencast-o-matics.com homepage like this. Then click on Start Recording for Free, which is available at left bottom. So it will give the next window. Then click on Launch Free Recorder. Then click on Download. So it will download the web launch recorder. So just click on Save. So your web launcher is at your desktop. So just double click on that. So just click on Run. So it will get downloaded. It will do their default settings, and here the Screencast-O-Matics recorder get launched. So this is called a record window. So if you click on this screen button, it will able to record only screen, just like this. And if you click on this both option, so it will record both screen as well as webcam, just like this. So your presentation just like this, and your webcam, you can change the position of this webcam also. If you are using these options to record the video, that time you have to ensure that while preparing the visual presentation, your content should not be hidden by using this webcam facility. So if you want to record the video with the screen and webcam, that time you have to start the webcam and do a practice throughout the presentation. Try to find out whether the content on slides, whether the content on your desktop screen will be hidden by your webcam or not. Do the proper setting and then start the recording. So maximum time, the free recorder will capture up to 15 minutes as it is free version. If you want to record more time, you have to purchase that particular software, or you can use another platform to record your video. But it is recommended that you have to create an educational video up to 15 minutes for the maximum retention of students. So this second option is size. you can always choose a full screen options because it will going to record the whole screen of your desktop or laptop. The next thing is narration. Make sure green bars flash when you talk. Most of the times, many of teachers have not checked their mic first and started the recording. And at last they will find out their voice is not recorded. So in order to avoid such a things, you have to test your inbuilt mic available in your laptop or by using a laptop, by using another external mic. If it is working, the green bars are flash when you talk, just like this. Now I am going to talk, it will show the green bars. It means that my mic is working properly. So some of the old laptops having such a ports. This port is for mic and this port is for speaker. So that time you cannot able to record your voice by using a mobile headphone. You have to use this type of headphone which have two different jacks. So that one jack is for mic and another jack is for speakers. So you have to use this type of headphones along with mic. If your laptop or desktop having this combo jack, it is called as combo audio jack, that time you can able to use your headphone, mobile headphones or any other headphones with mic having only one jack. Then you can able to set the shortcut keys for the Screencast-O-Matic as per your convenience. You can able to hide this record window by click on this gear icon. If you click on it, it will get hidden. If you want to show this record window, again you have to click on this gear icon. This button is useful to start the recording. That is red button. If you click on that, it will give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1 and go. The recording will start again. While recording, you can able to stop the recording by click on this red button. You can able to pause the recording by click on this second button. You can able to delete everything and start again if you have made any mistakes from the beginning of your recording. So once you pause the recording, it will give you change the button, that is you can restart or preview of your recording. Suppose you feel that you have made a mistake some point and you go ahead, pause the video, then preview your recording. Wherever you find you have made a mistake, just stop there in timeline and then click here to start the recording from the point where you have made a mistake. Suppose this recording is total of 36 seconds, but I have made a mistake with the 35.48 seconds. So I will drag this line up to that particular seconds and then click on this button. It will start the recording from 35 seconds. So recording from 35 to next, it will get deleted automatically. Once you have done your recording, just click on this done button. It will give you two options, that is save the recording or edit video. So if you click on save button, it will save your video on your desktop or it will upload on Screencast-O-Matic, YouTube or Google Drive. There is another option, that is edit video, but this option is not available for you as you have not taken the paid version. If you are using the free version, the editing option is not available. So just click on no thanks. It will show you the next window, that is what do you want to do with this recording. Here you can able to save this recording as a video file. This recording directly upload to the screencast-o-matic.com, or you can upload it directly on YouTube. But suggestion is you can save your recording on your desktop or laptop. Rewatch it. If you find it is suitable to upload, then you can upload it. As you are using the free version, here at left bottom, they are having the watermark as you are using the free version. Here you can choose a folder to save a video file. If you click on publish button, it will start it to publish the video file, that is saving your video file on your desktop. Here, most of the times the error may occur, and this error is due to of antivirus software which is available in your desktop or laptop. So before to start, I will repeat, this is very important thing, because many times I have received a call from the different participants of our FDP. They are not able to publish the video. They are having some message, will not able to embed encoded the things as the antivirus is unable. So before start the recording of your video by using Screencast-O-Matic, first you have to disable particular antivirus software and then start the recording. So it will not having problem to publish the video. I will repeat. Before to start the recording, you have to disable the antivirus and then start the recording, so it will easily get published into your desktop or save into your desktop. So here the recording is saved. If you click on done, it will show you at your desktop, because I have chosen the folder desktop. So recorded video will appear like that. So my dear participants, here is one quote by a famous author, a famous person. If I had 6 hours to chop down a tree, I had spent first 4 hours for sharpening the axe. Similarly, if you want to record a 15-minute video, you have to work at least 1 or 2 days to create a visual presentation, to write a script, to do a practice. Then only you can able to create an effective video lecture for your students. So far we have discussed about how to create a video by using your laptop or desktop. But my dear friends, there are apps are available in your mobile for the creation of video resource by using mobile screen recording options. So I will show you demonstration. Actually, I have 2 or 3 applications in my mobile, but due to some technical errors, I could not able to share my mobile screen. So I will take some screenshots to show you demo how to create an educational video by using a Screencast-O-Matic application. Dear learners, I would like to share my experience. During these lockdown situations, due to the technical errors, I could not be able to record the educational video in my laptop due to the mic problem. But when I came to know that there is some screen recorder softwares are available, applications are available in mobile, I have created more than 25 educational video by using this application. For recording or for creating the own video by using these applications, you have to just download the mobile application from the Play Store. That is Screencast-O-Matic, free screen recorder. Try to find out this logo along with the name of this free screen recorder, that is Screencast-O-Matic. Just click on install. Then once the installation is done, click on open. So it will shows you some settings, asks for some settings. So just click on allow overlay controls so that we can able to control these applications by running other applications also. So just make it enable, just like this. Just allow this app to access the photos, medias, and record the audio as you are going to record your voice. So this is the application launched successfully. If you click on the setting buttons available at the right side, it will show you the settings. It contains some tutorials and tours. It is just a 1 or 2 minutes videos are there. It will explain the step by step how to create the video by using this software. In order to have control, there are two types of control panel is available. One control panel is available at notification panels, just like our settings. And second control panel is in the form of this blue circle. It has record button, home button, and setting button. In order to have this blue button at your fingertip, you have to make this setting, that is hide control recording, is disabled. If it is enabled, that time this button is not available on your screen. So just make it disable. Just open your Screencast-O-Matic application. Either you can start recording from here, but I will recommend it that don't start recording from here. Once you open this app, just minimize it. If you minimize your applications, it will show the overlay control. This control is used to start, pause, and stop the recording. Once you have this control, then go to your presentations. Either you can open your presentation in a Google Slide or Microsoft PowerPoint applications. If you are using Google Slides, open it, then click on this presentation tab or slideshow, then click on present on device. But before do that, you have to change the slide orientations or your mobile screen orientations from portrait to auto rotate. So it will give the landscape screen. So once you have chosen the landscape screen, whole screen get covered by your slides. This is the overlay control. You can drag by using your fingers and place it at appropriate place. Once you click on that, it will give the three buttons: settings, home, and recording. If you click on recording, it will pop up a message. Will you start the capturing everything that displayed on your screen? So just click on start now. So similarly as that of desktop version, 3, 2, 1, go. So recording gets started along with the timings. So during recording, if you click on this overlay control, it will ask you to pause the recording, to restart the recording, or to stop the recording. If you click on this stop the recording, it will go into your applications, and here at the left bottom there is save options. If you click on save, your video gets saved in this Screencast-O-Matic mobile application. Similarly, you can get this recorded video in your file manager also. To find out, just go to the file manager, find out the folder Movies. I will repeat, in file manager, folder is Movies, and in Movies you will find out this video. If you click on that video, it will give you edit options. If you click on edit options, these edit options having different options, that is trim, crop, face cam, speed, and rotate. You can trim video, you can able to crop the video, but unfortunately this face cam tab will not work properly in these applications. You can increase the speed, you can decrease the speed of your video, you can rotate the orientation of your video also. So this editing facility is available in Screencast-O-Matic applications. It is free application, but if you are using on desktop, the editing options are not available for Screencast-O-Matic. So before to start the mobile recording, you have to take care that whether your whole presentations is properly presented in mobile or not, because some settings are get changed from laptop to mobile phone, as some fonts are not available in mobile phone or in your Google Slides or Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. Some graphics, some smart art will not properly display. So in order to create an effective video by using mobile applications, you have to first check the whole presentations, whether it has the same looks as that of laptop or not, and then try to match all the things. Suppose when I have started the recording in my mobile, that time I found that there is mismatching of the content along with the structures. So then I will go back in laptops, try to do the proper settings. So here is proper setting is done, and then I will transform these presentations in mobile. So while recording the mobile, sometimes this notification, some incoming calls may come. So it will also record in your mobile, also recording in your educational video. Similarly, I have recorded the same things. I got an incoming call, so that screen will appear. So it will create a chaos. So it will not effective presentations. So while start the recording, keep your mobile on aeroplane mode, as well as you have to stop all the notifications, because our mobile having the different types of applications, and different applications has this notification on. So once the notification is on, it will always pop up on your screens. So it will also get recorded by using these applications. To avoid such situations, suggestion is that
Hello. Mm. Mm, mm.
You have to stop the notifications and keep your mobile on aeroplane mode, so that you will not get a call, you will not get any messages during the video creations. It will not distract the things. So this is how we can create the educational video by using mobile applications. So here I have completed my presentations. I appeal you to follow the government guidelines. So stay at home, stay safe to avoid the infections from this coronavirus. Thank you very much. So this is my YouTube channel link. I will post in chat box. This is my WhatsApp number, and this is my email address. For any queries, for any suggestions, for any kind of comments, you can contact me at either on WhatsApp, Telegram, through mail, or through my YouTube channel. If you go to this YouTube channel, you will find out a different educational video. So thank you very much. Now I will stop the screen sharing, and we will open this forum for the discussion. So I request to the organizer, please start the question and answer session. Thank you very much. Thank you all the participants for listening this my content very patiently.
Thank you, sir. I, Suguna, express my gratitude to you for accepting our invitation and being here. It was an honor for our team to have you as our speaker, sir. Your talk on creating of effective e-resources is the most anticipated topic of this FDP, as it is needed in the current scenario. We believe that the knowledge you shared helped immensely in the creation of e-resources and eventually to translate them to better presentation with the help of tips you shared. We know your time is precious and you shared some of it with us. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Before taking the question and answer session, with your permission, can we launch the poll question, sir?
Yes, madam, you can. No
I
problem.
request Mr. Kapil Kumar to launch the poll question.
Poll question has been launched. Kindly give your opinion. I request the participants who has logged in through mobile to accept all the pop-up notifications related to Zoom to answer the poll question.
While giving the poll question, dear participants, kindly check your chat box and fill the feedback form.
Dear participants, the feedback form is in the chat box. Kindly check and submit the feedback form.
Only limited time to answer your poll question. Dear participant, please answer the poll question immediately. One more minute we are giving for answering your poll question. And it is mandatory to answer the poll question for our administrative purpose. %60 have voted, still 40% has to answer. Last 30 seconds. Ten seconds more. %75 has voted. The result has been displayed on the screen. So 85% has answered it as yes, 15% no, and 1% don't know. So today we have nearly 452 participants who has benefited with your speech, sir. Thank you very much. Dear participants, you can ask your question by raising your hands. Sir, shall we take some questions, sir?
Yes, we can, no problem.
So I request Sudarshan to unmute yourself and ask the question.
Sudarshan sir.
Sudarshan sir.
Okay, Prasanna sir.
Hello, sir. Definitely, it was a nice presentation. As I am attending NPTEL workshop on the online facilitation, the same tools regarding creation of the learning dialogues, the lecturing videos, Screencast-O-Matic, I am regular usage. And through this lecture, I came to know some of the doubts which has been clarified. And just I would like to know, what is the time limit in the case of the Screencast-O-Matic if you are recording through mobile?
There is no time limit for mobile, sir.
Okay,
because I have recorded, but
okay.
you know, I have followed these techniques, that is record only up to 15 minutes.
Okay,
if you have seen my video, it is almost, the videos are finished up to 12 minutes also.
Fine. And
but
is there any option
no
to join the videos in the same app itself? If you
no
want to
sir, it is not option is not available in Screencast-O-Matic, but
okay.
if you use some free software, for example OpenShot video editor,
yeah,
definitely it will very user friendly app.
I am been using it, sir, but the thing is, if you found the same thing in a single platform, that will be much more better. Is there any app so that we can record, so edit and as well as merge in a short videos, maybe of 5 to 6 minutes each, then it will be better. For that, as per your suggestion, we need to use 2 or 3 different apps then.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for your nice presentation, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I request Rishikesh Sonar to unmute yourself and ask the question.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. First of all, I would like to present my sincere thanks towards the speaker and the host. My question is, sir, is there any way or is there any mobile application app? I am not aware about Screenomatic, but right now I will surely use it. But I wanted to know whether is it possible to incorporate, for example, a small video or animation clip while we record, so that that audio of that clip is also recorded in that particular video that we are going to record using mobile apps.
Okay. If you incorporated the video, that time problem is with the voice or that particular audio where you are going to incorporate it in that particular things.
Okay.
Because the voice get recorded through your mic, but by using this Screencast-O-Matic, we cannot able to record the mobile voice directly. So we have to do a practice whether it is work or not. So at the same time, you have to keep another mobile with you, and when you are starting your that animations with the audio, same times in another mobile you have to play that particular audio so that that audio catch by your mic, so it will get automatically recorded along with your screens. So it might be work. Are you getting my point? Rushikesh sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I will surely implement this technique that you have told of using 2 mobile phones.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now I request Mr. Masjid Khan to unmute yourself and ask the question.
Hello. 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 Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I want to ask how to improve audio quality during the recording of video, because when we record in laptop, there is a voice of machine also. So how to improve audio quality?
How to improve the audio quality during your recording? Sir,
Yes,
first
yes.
thing is that it is a system noise.
Yes, yes.
As your audio port is not properly working from your laptop.
Okay.
So, are you using headphone or some mic, or
Yes,
directly you can use
headphone.
mobile headphone?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So it is a system noise, sir. So for that purpose, you need to change your audio jack, isn't it? If it is not
Yes.
possible, you can use some other softwares, that is Audacity. I will share it through your WhatsApp also, by which we can able to get that particular noise free from your video. So you have to just edit your video by using that software. You will get that particular things.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Now I request Mr. Suhail Vivi to unmute yourself and ask the question. Okay, now I request Dr. Anand.
Hello.
Okay,
Hello.
sir.
I'm Suhail. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, is there any platform like Bodhitree developed by IIT for free?
No, sir. No, sir. Because Bodhitree is a software developed by IIT, and they are giving with some charges.
Okay. Is there any method to make more effective in online teaching, like by embedding some quizzes in between the video?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yesterday only I came to know one software, that is online tool, H5P. H5P. 1 minute, I will open the Google Chrome, but I could not able to share my screen. Okay, okay. Are you able to?
Yeah.
H5P is the online tool is available. Create and share rich HTML5 content and application. It is very user friendly, but we cannot able to what I am trying to say, we cannot able to save that particular video. You have to share the link from here itself. Okay, you can go through this website.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You can just import. You can just import YouTube link or your video in that particular website.
Okay.
And where you want to put in video quiz, just like a Bodhitree, isn't it?
Okay.
You can able to embed questions, and you can give a option that only when the students are able to forward that particular video, once they get the correct answer. If they get a wrong answer, then the next video will not play. They have to reattempt the questions, and then only if they give the correct answer, then only the video get restarted. It is very good
Okay.
tool. Yesterday only I came to know that. So I have not properly explored the things, but it is very good. That is h5up.org.
I have seen another website, some
Which sir?
Vizia.co.
Vivia.
Vizia, Vizia.
So just you can share it on my WhatsApp. I
Okay.
already displayed the numbers. So we will collaboratively work on that. Definitely,
Okay.
it will be
Okay.
very
Thank you.
helpful for both of us.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. So
Sir,
next
shall we
question.
take one more, sir? One more
Yes,
question.
yes, yes. You can take, ma'am. No problem.
I request Dr. Anand to unmute yourself and ask the question.
Hello,
Hello, sir.
sir. I want to comfortable with Hindi.
Sir, your voice is not clear, sir.
सर आर यू कंफर्टेबल विद हिंदी?
Yes, yes. No problem.
सर जो आपने बताया था कि जब अपना स्क्रीनोमैटिक पे रिकॉर्डिंग करते हैं और
Okay.
आउटपुट फाइल को सेव करने जाते हैं
Okay.
तो उसमें वो वायरस एरर बताता है,
बराबर.
तो उसको क्या ओवरकम करना?
सर आप स्टार्टिंग जब आप करते हो रिकॉर्डिंग तब आप वायरस एंटीवायरस डिसेबल करके रखिए, फिर
ओके
स्टार्ट करो, हो जाता है वो,
ओके
प्रॉपरली
सर
हो जाता
ओके
है. So before starting the recording, first you ensure that your antivirus software is disabled.
ओके सर, गॉट इट.
Okay, sir.
थैंक यू सर.
Okay, welcome.
Okay, sir, as the time is running out, dear participants, please send your queries to the given mail ID, ectechtoolsfdp.grit@gmail.com. The speaker will respond you. Thank you, sir, for spending your valuable time.
Thank you, madam. I would like to extend my gratitude towards all the organizing team from the GRIT Hyderabad. They have taken the lots of efforts to make these sessions, to make this FDP very successful. Once again, I am very much thankful to all the participants. I have taken their too much of time to explore the effective creation of e-learning content. So I am very much thankful to one and all in this meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you can kindly leave the session, sir.
Yes, yes, I will leave.
Okay.
Okay,
Dear
thank you, ma'am.
participants, the feedback link is already shared in the chat box. Please fill it immediately. Only limited time is there for filling your feedback link. It will not be shared in the WhatsApp. Thank you, everyone. Okay, we will wait for 15 more minutes for responding, for giving the responses in the feedback link. And once again, I'm reminding you, it is compulsory to attend the FDP on all the days and fill the feedback form every day to get your e-certificate. The feedback link will be active until 1:30 today. Okay, participants, those who have completed filling the feedback link, they can leave. Thank you, participants, for your active participation. We will meet tomorrow at the same time, that is at 10:30.
Dear participants, those who have submitted your feedback form, kindly leave. The feedback form is still in the chat box. Those who have not submitted it, just click on the link and submit the feedback form as soon as possible. Kindly submit the feedback. We are just ending up the meeting. Let's meet again tomorrow at sharp 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience caused today, but we'll start the session at sharp 10:30 a.m. tomorrow.